So yeah, today we're gonna make a delivery to Crow Hill gas station.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna observe traffic, and I'm gonna just demonstrate to you how I'm using the training that we use here at Petroleum.
Yeah, that's the Smith system.
The Smith system. It's really based on 5 keys. 5 keys are key number 1, aim high in steering. That focuses on us looking as far ahead into the future, at least 15 seconds. Basically, our eyes are developed for walking speeds, 2 to 3 miles per hour. So our eyes kind of, from birth, are just focused on what's directly in front of us.
Yeah.
What Smith system trains us to do is to look far into the future. And by doing that, you can actually see more things and account for more and anticipate things better.
So, I mean, when you say far into the future, you mean like look way ahead on the road, don't just look right in front of you?
Correct.
And how far did you say is good?
15 seconds. Now, that's not always attainable in Bermuda because we have so many windy roads, but as far as possible.
Yeah.
So that's how we kind of focus on that. Key number 2 is get the big picture. Now, what that focuses on is us maintaining a 360-degree circle of awareness. By doing that, we can account for what's going on around the vehicle because we don't want to lose sight of that.
Yeah.
So to help with that, we check at least one of our mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds.
5 to 8 seconds?
Correct.
Is that what every driver should do, not just truck drivers?
Oh, definitely, because you, like I said, you always want to be aware of what's going on around your vehicle. Luckily, passenger vehicles have a rear view mirror, which is a 3rd mirror that they have. We only have the 2. But check one of your mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, just to have an idea of what's going on around you.
Yeah, I saw something on the Smith system where it said keep your eyes moving, and another reason for that is, you know, repetitiveness can put you into a trance. It can make you sleepy, but if your eyes are moving all the time.
So that's key number 3, keep your eyes moving.
Right.
We want to at least move our eyes every 2 seconds. So you want to check your mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, but keep your eyes moving. By doing that, you don't get into a monotonous situation.
Yeah.
You keep your brain activity current. And they say it helps fight fatigue, but of course, the best way to fight fatigue is to get as close to 8 hours as possible.
Yes.
And then key number 4 is leave yourself an out. So that key is specifically talking about the space around the vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, here in Bermuda, we only have 2 lanes. So that key is more useful in the States and in maybe Europe, where you have 2, 3 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
So you want to keep yourself in the lane of least resistance. That would be the lane that you're least likely to have an incident in.
Yeah.
And you want to maintain a following distance of at least 4 seconds.
Right, okay.
Right, so maybe calculate a following distance is when a vehicle in front of us goes past a stationary object, we count 40 seconds until we reach that object.
Exactly, yeah.
So we want to be 4 seconds behind a vehicle. And we want to increase that to 6 to 8 seconds in bad weather.
Really?
Yes.
Because I have heard, you know, if only a fool breaks the 2-second rule.
Yeah.
I guess there's variations on the thing.
Yeah, the 2-second rule, it was in place for a long time, but the Smith system has always trained us to do 4 seconds.
Is it realistic having 4 seconds and then 6 seconds on a little island in Bermuda where the traffic's so congested?
Wouldn't think so, but I can tell you, once I started taking Smith system training, and you know, you have to really absorb the culture of safety and commit yourself that you're going to act safe and drive safe. Otherwise, the training doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
We use the acronym KUBA, K-U-B-A. It stands for knowledge, understanding, believing, and acting. So basically, my job is to give you the knowledge and make sure that you understand it. Once you understand it, it's up to you to then believe in the training. And once you believe in it, and only then will you act on it. So that kind of lends to what I just said, as far as having to really be committed to the safety of the culture of driving safety. So then the 5th key is to make sure they see, which is also known as the communication key.
Yeah.
So that talks about our indicators, our brake lights, our horn. You know, you just want to try and communicate with people as much as possible. Here in Bermuda, we use it as a way to say hi.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What would the Smith system think about that?
Well, you're communicating. So it's not necessarily frowned upon. but that's not its main purpose in Smith's system.
Yeah, it's more to alert people of your presence or of any danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just to speak to the quantity of aiming high, right now I'm looking all the way up to the flight kitchen.
Right.
I'm not just looking right in front of me. I'm looking all the way up. So I'm looking at the vehicles that's coming at me, and I'm trying to, if there's someone overtaken, then obviously I would ease off the gas and slow down just so, let them do whatever crazy they're going to do.
Yeah.
But by looking up ahead like that, it helps you to accomplish things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we don't get that luxury. There's not very much road in front of us. It's winding road.
Correct.
So I guess you still just look as far as you can.
As far as you can.
Yeah.
So this vehicle that's on the side of the road here, I'm just kind of looking at the brake lights on, number one. The tire to ground contact is telling me that the car is not going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if the wheels were turned out to the road, then I would kind of cover my brake and just give a light tap with the horn just to make them aware of my presence.
Right.
Just to let them know I'm coming behind you. Don't do anything too crazy. So you have people overtaking. Everyone's in a hurry to go nowhere really.
I mean, this causeway, even though it's not causeway, but the strip of road here, Kinneyfield Road, it's very wide and people tend to speed on it, but there is actually a low speed limit here because of the crosswinds, I believe.
Well, the speed limit is the speed limit, regardless of crosswinds or whatever, right? The speed limit is the speed limit, so it's 35k no matter where you are, no matter how straight the road is.
Well, there are a few little variations, flats,
correct.
But that is 35, and you just was overtaken by the bike there.
Yep.
So that was, I presume, an illegal move by the...
Yep. Technically speaking, I'm sure if he was clocked, he would have gotten a ticket. So we treat roundabouts as intersections, right?
Right.
So as I'm coming into this roundabout, I am looking to the right just to make sure no one's coming. I'm also checking my left lane to make sure no one's going to the airport and getting too close to me.
Yeah.
So that, again, lets us look into the future as much as possible.
A lot of people, stop at the roundabout, even as they're going around to let people out. I mean, it's like politeness gone mad.
Right. So you have to, there is such a thing as being too polite in that regard, because at that point you're holding up traffic behind you.
That's a big problem in Bermuda you were talking about earlier. Too courteous, I guess.
Yeah. There is such thing as too courteous, and sometimes when people stop to let someone out of a gate, you have to check your mirror first, and that's another thing that Smith System trains us to do. We do not slow down before checking one of our mirrors, because you think you're doing a good deed by letting someone out, but if you have a tailgater, you are potentially creating an accident or a situation for an accident.
Fender bender, rain that happens. Yeah.
And while technically speaking, it's the person behind you's fault, the best thing to do is always avoid an accident.
Absolutely. So in terms of the, people letting people out all the time, what sort of advice would you give? I mean, if you've got a big lane of traffic behind you and they're going to be waiting for a long time, then...
Correct. You have to. That's the type of stuff I take into account. Now, since I'm always checking my mirrors, I kind of know what's going on behind me. So if I have 5 or 6 cars behind me, then I may stop and let someone out. But if it's just one car and it's nothing behind that car, then chances are I won't stop.
They've only got to wait a second or two.
It's just a second or two, because me stopping could cause an accident.
How come? So you stopping causing an accident? How? In what way?
If there is a person behind me.
Yeah.
If there's a person behind me, even if they're not too close, they could be a good ways behind me. Let's say they're 4 seconds behind me, but they're just not paying attention.
Yeah.
It's still a potential for an accident. So if it's just one vehicle behind me, chances are I won't stop. I mean, now if there's variations to that with me, because if it's a blind turn, because we do have a lot of entrance bays that are actually on blind corners and things like that. So by stopping and letting that person out, you are creating a situation where they can see what's going on, because they see your vehicle, they see that you're stopped, and they know that you're not going to hit them.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, I would stop, even if it's just one car, because I'm actually doing that person a bigger favor than just letting them out. I'm creating a situation where it's a controlled environment now. Because if you can't see around the corner, but you have a car that's right there and stopped, you know that you're just safe, at least in that lane.
I I was reading the Smith system today, and it was saying that distracted driving can be as dangerous as impaired driving.
Oh, most definitely.
And what sort of things do you see people being distracted, you know, other than what we just talked about?
Number one culprit is always going to be a cell phone.
People on their cell phones?
Yeah, people on the cell phones. That's the number one thing. Texting and driving is more dangerous than talking and driving. They're both illegal, but that's the number one distraction that I see people use. You see people eating. I mean, not just necessarily taking a sip from a drink or something, but eating fries, a hamburger. You'd be surprised at the things that we see.
Yeah.
So things eating, even something as simple as changing the radio, that split second could create a situation where you have an accident. A lot of these cars nowadays have the controls built into the steering wheel, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Once you memorize where the controls are, you don't have to take your eyes off the road.
What about really loud music? Is that an impairment?
It definitely can be, because it hinders yourself from hearing an emergency vehicle. And I must say that I can be guilty of that at times, because I do have a stereo system in my car.
Yeah.
But these type roads, you always find it's best. If maybe meet another vehicle, you just kind of pull over and let them come by.
So you came to a full stop then when that larger vehicle
wasn't a complete stop, but I slowed down and I just went over as far as I could just to give him as much space as possible. You find that it's like a unwritten fraternity among truck drivers in Bermuda. I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You slow down a bit for each other,
Yeah,
give each other space. Because I mean, there are some really narrow roads in Bermuda.
Indeed.
It's hard enough driving a car sometimes. I can't imagine what it's like to guide these big loads.
We have a lot of, Seoul is an international company, so we have a lot of visitors that come in for various reasons. And when they get in the trucks and actually go out on the road with us, they return with a newfound respect for what we do here in Bermuda.
Yeah.
Because our trucks, while they may not be as big as theirs, when you look at it in relation to lane size and things like that, I have to give us a pat on the back, because we do our job pretty well, and that's purely for Smith system training. That is the most useful tool that we have as drivers.
Really?
You see this person here overtaking this bike, coming around a corner. It's stuff like that. How much time are you saving by overtaking that pedal bike? So imagine if I was coming around the corner in a smaller vehicle, coming around the corner at speed, the reaction time is minimal.
Yeah.
And that's when you have the chance of accident.
Just try and keep your speed, your overtaking to, complete long, straight, wide roads.
If you can't see, then don't go. It's really that simple.
You should be 100%, not 99%.
Exactly. Yeah. If you are not sure, then you just let that go. Especially for something like a pedal bike.
Yeah.
You're not saving any time.
I mean, there is quite a high number of pedal bikes on the island. It can be frustrating sometimes. But a little bit of patience, I imagine, goes a long way. What would you say about that? Bermuda can be frustrating. You've got a wide variety of drivers. People who try and stick to the actual speed limit, and people who are speeding.
I agree with that 1,000%. A little bit of patience can do tons. As I come into the station, I'm kind of just mapping it out in my mind, just getting a full view of everything that's going on.
But he runs in front of you.
You wouldn't think he works here. So obviously, when we're in the station like this, we try to keep our speed to a minimum. 1 to 2 miles per hour. And just keep our eyes moving. Just be well aware of everything that's going on, because people in the service station aren't really worried about what you're doing per se. They want to come, they want to get their fuel, and they want to leave.